yeah, I am a goddess Niska here with a trucker woman. We are reacting to.
I guess Offkai cannot stop fucking up every year. What was it? Last year they fucked over FaZe, and they also were making people who were volunteer all day at their May Cafe. They had to get a virus. They had to get what was it? COVID shots.
They still do those?
To put it in perspective, they're in California. California healthcare workers weren't required to do that anymore.
Yeah, hell no.
Fuck off.
Oh, Burger King doesn't have that problem. I love them.
So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the Offkai Expo situation. For those who are not familiar, this is a VTuber-centered convention. This is their 5th time.
It was only the year before? I could have sworn that happened a long time ago.
2024 is when they did that.
Really?
Yeah. Kirsten was supposed to be on a panel, and they told her no, because they claim...
I thought that happened back in 22 or 23.
Nope.
Damn.
Nope.
Time is weird.
But no, what the problem is I guess they claim their volunteers cried about Kirsten. It turns out it was just staff that didn't like her.
Of course. And now they're... Okay, so July 24 through 28 of this year.
Yeah.
It's in California. I would not waste my time. I do not like California. I would not go to California for no reason.
Making me watch the clown
doing it, but right now they are getting absolutely blasted on Twitter. They faced controversy before, as I will talk about shortly, but this time a lot of people are concerned due to the very least their vagueness about a recent sponsor and set of related events, or at the maximum, people are concerned that unaccompanied minors that are allowed at this event will be exposed to adult content. So here...
Okay, I'm gonna just say this. Okay, so this thing's called Offkai.
Yeah.
Is Offkai essentially trying to be like an ecchi expo and then they have kids there?
Maybe. I'm actually new to this too. I actually want to know what's going on because they keep fucking up every year. And it just... At least I'll say Nakacon at least got their head out of their ass. For the most part.
From what we can tell.
Here's Offkai Expo and their main page. This is an event in California, which will make a lot of sense in just a second. That'll be underway in mid-July this year. Now, recently, a lot of people discovered that one of the major sponsors of Offkai Expo Generation 5 is Fansly. Now, let me describe this.
Fansly.
Is that a fucking OnlyFans?
Yeah, Fansly's just the knockoff OnlyFans.
Why? And this convention is listed as family friendly?
Yeah.
But they're sponsored by essentially porn.
Yeah. Yeah, but one of the sponsors is porn.
Platform as it's described on their page. Fansly is the site for spicy VTubers and more. This 18-plus site is full of the top VTubers in the space with the ability to sell paywalled content, stream, and connect with their fans. Find your next Oshi at this website with the /VTuber. Now, of course, this video is going to get absolutely fried in the algorithm because I'm saying all these no-no words and phrases. So help me out algorithmically by liking this.
You know what's hilarious?
What?
Okay, anime conventions are able to be family-friendly and still have the adult themes and stuff. You know why?
They separate it.
By time. All the adult stuff happens at night, all the child-friendly stuff happens during the day.
That's the one thing I feel like Nakacon didn't really have much of this year.
They did have the burlesque show at night,
but
it's because you had to pay extra for it. It's the only downside.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah. So yeah, Nakacon is getting a little more, I guess...
I'm sad ecchi died out.
I am too. I really loved Ecchi Expo. Especially because I'm so upset that it only had, like, what, 2 years in Dallas?
Yeah, 2 years in Dallas. I think it had, like, 4 in Denver.
And then it's just gone
Walter
now.
Duncan's back.
Hi, welcome.
This video commenting or even subbing, because that will help counterbalance the bots who are going to be very angry at the words I'm saying. But we're talking about the sponsor, which, by the way, seems to be a very recently added one. And yeah, not only is this kind of the modern state of Western VTubing right now, where there's so much focus on adult content and platforms like this, it also raises questions as to whether or not this is a good idea for an event like this, because this convention is not 18 plus by itself. There are plenty of 18 plus VTuber focused conventions out there, and if they want,
hey, we do not have children viewers. We are labeled 18 plus. If we do have children viewers, I'm sure they're like preteen or teenagers, and that's because they are defying their parents and junk like that.
Yeah.
They're watching us in secret. That's their problem.
a sponsor like this, it would, I guess, make sense, and it would be more appropriate. But Offkai is not an 18 plus event. In fact, as we'll see, minors can attend, including unaccompanied minors. So when Offkai made this...
Wait, what? Excuse-moi?
Are they trying to do VTuber?
No. There is something in an anime convention that is not allowed, is minors have to be accompanied by a parent. They're seriously allowing minors to go to this convention unaccompanied?
I wonder what let's go into that. Let's go into this.
This announcement on Twitter today, there's been a lot of backlash. Yeah. They say your next Oshi is waiting, and for those who are not too familiar with VTubers, that basically means your favorite VTuber, right? So they continue on saying, we're excited to...
Matsuri is they have their own little red light district in the...
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay. There's a big convention down in Texas called Anime Matsuri. They do have like lewd stuff in the artist and vending hall, but they have it under a big black tent, and you cannot get in there unless you show your ID.
Or you get the 18 plus wristband. You got to get... What you have to show your ID to get?
Yeah, exactly.
I do miss it when they had different cards. Instead of getting the wristband, they used to have like different like badges. Remember?
Oh yeah, fancy badges.
To announce that Fansly is joining Offkai Generation 5. Come find them.
Grandpa, that needs their bedtime. What? No, you're referring to us. How dares? No, considering that it's California, that's why it's legal to do that. Of course.
California.
At the exhibitor hall and meet some of their incredible talents. That's a debatable phrase, if we're being honest, for a platform that is exclusively for posting not safe for work content. But then again, let's keep moving here, right? You can see their entire caption is about finding the best 18 plus website where your next...
That made me happy.
What?
Rev fucked up... Oh, wait, no, it says find your... no, he was reading it down here, yeah. It says Fansly. He said finding. He fucked up like I do. Yay, I don't feel as bad anymore. Even the great Rev could do fook-ups.
Oh, you think... Kirshare, like, was it Friday? Her fucking, like, stream was, like, breaking halfway through.
No, I'm talking about just voice ones. I know everyone has technical difficulties. I like when I see someone else fuck up with the talking. It makes me feel a little better.
Oshi and so much more will be waiting for you. And as I pointed out earlier, of course, this is happening in California. Many such cases. Now, the replies are not just dunking on this announcement. It's pointing out some legitimate concerns that are not addressed at all by this post or anything on their website right now. I can see Madam Savvy saying, kids walk around during the day. Surely this is not going to be done while kids are around, correct? Surely we're not going to put adult content in front of children, right? And here's a quote from someone...
Like I was saying, conventions already have this whole thing figured out. Adult stuff at night, kid stuff during the day. If you have a porn hentai table and stuff, it is under a black tent that needs a 18 plus ID whatever.
Yeah.
And who makes this sort of content, and even they have an issue with this sort of concept and at least the details we have surrounding it right now. I don't mind Fansly, obviously. I do not safe for work content there myself. However, I don't think this should be in the convention where there are children walking around. If it's in an adult-only section, that's one thing, but I don't think it is. And right now, just looking around at the available information, we don't know. And at the very least, this shows little regard for what's going on at this convention. If you're going to introduce something like this, you should make it very clear this is barred, 18 plus only. But right now, we know this convention allows children, and they're having this as a prominent sponsor and part of their overall convention. That is something to look into, okay? This isn't just simply shaming VTubers for having these sorts of platforms. It's asking very legitimate questions and raising legitimate concerns about whether or not kids at the convention will be exposed to this stuff. And one of the people to raise these concerns and some very valid questions is Kirsha. Now, I'm sure most of you are familiar with this VTuber.
Butter animal that has pointy ears and floofy tail.
I was in this convention.
How was it? Oh, in a convention, and some of the NSF art were in the safe for work box. Ooh, I was blind for a few seconds. Yeah. Oh yeah, I have seen like some artists that if they do like the like the, again with Anime Matsuri, they had the not safe for work art, but they would have like the areas covered by tape.
Yeah.
When showing the image.
She has not only some insight on the situation, but also has a bit of a history with Offkai. In fact, back in 2023, 2024, I believe, I made this video talking about a very complex situation involving Offkai, where Kirsha was supposed to have a panel there, and she was shut down, essentially for wrong thing. I'll put a link to this video in the description if you want to check it out. But long story short, she was blacklisted.
Oh yeah, that was in the side scrollers, yeah.
Yeah, where she accidentally ate half of 100 milligram gummy, and she was to the moon.
She was gonna do side scrollers, and then she got high.
She was gone. If they ever do legalize weed for truck drivers, I would like to do gummies, but legally I can't do that.
Oh yeah, because you are not allowed to have that shit in your system.
At all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, none.
Mm-hmm. So you're a straight edge boy.
I feel one day they'll probably change that rule, but for now...
At least, I hope they don't change the one where, like, if you're high on the job.
Well, yeah, no shit.
Listed as a featured guest, but still allowed to go to the convention and buy a ticket and spend money, which is just insulting. But a lot of it had to do with her edgy content, which is ironic given what they're allowing now. And this is just one of many screenshots from that video where some of the people involved with the convention explained why she was banned. And it says a lot of them come down to gender identity and DEI type issues she has talked about. And this is just a sample of what was sent to Kirsha, and it's absolutely ridiculous. You can pause and read for yourself.
What was the one? Because she changed her Discord pronouns to Burger Queen.
I want to thank everyone for all of the support I have been shown after speaking up about my issue with Offkai. Hopefully, if other VTubers have been told they can't be on panels, they feel comfortable speaking out. Here are the tweets I was shown as to why I can't be allowed.
Yeah, she went through it on the stream, and it was stupid. They lied. It wasn't volunteers. It was staff. Yeah.
One of the examples provided always makes me laugh. They're showing this as a reason why she's not allowed to be a featured guest, where she made a joke about pronouns on Discord, where she had to make a choice about pronouns after it was rolled out for the platform, and she labeled herself as Burger/Queen. And apparently that is too much wrong thing. That is far beyond what's allowed at Offkai. So obviously she has a bit of a history, and also me and my wife, Darling Straub, have a bit of a history because we saw what was happening with Kirsha, and we were supposed to be featured guests.
I got a question. Is Doki Bird looked as someone who has controversial stuff around her?
I don't think so. Outside the Niji stuff, I don't think so.
I'm just trying to think if if Holiday Matsuri does the VTuber thing, if we would get, well, I'm going to say blacklisted for lack of a better word at my moo.
I
For
don't.
stuff that we do and junk.
I don't know. I mean, if they had a VTuber there that had like 800 subscribers, I don't think they would care.
I hope so. I mean, Doki Bird's pretty huge, yeah?
Oh yeah, when they found out where she was from Niji Sanji, all her mods pointed all the people to her old channel that she went back to. She got 100,000 subscribers in less than a month.
At this convention, and we basically said, if you don't reinstate Kirsha, we're not going to be guests anymore. And, well, guess what? We weren't guests because they never corrected their mistakes involving that previous situation. But let's return to the current situation. So Kirsha points this out, saying, why is this marketed in the exhibitor hall instead of the after-hours yabai market where the adult content is typically located?
Good question.
When this is also a con that allows unaccompanied minors. And she points out this section that says, I am between 13 to 17 years old. Do my parents have to accompany me at the convention or attend the convention? From 13 to 17, minors may attend the convention.
Excuse me?
13-year-olds, no.
Yeah, no, that's way too young. I could probably, maybe 16, 17, I could understand, but...
13-year-olds, no.
No. 14 and 15 is iffy as too, but oh gosh. 13, you just became a teenager, right? Or is that 12?
On their own, with or without their parents, with written permission from your parents or a legal guardian in order to attend. Permission.
Question, where are you, where is the child supposed to be giving this written permission to?
I don't think they check. Let's be real.
Yeah, this is bullshit. This is a good way for someone to get, I don't know, abducted?
Spirited away to Epstein's Island.
And is obtained by downloading and printing out this minor consent form. Your parent or legal guardian must fill out the form and then have it taken to a notary and signed in the notary's presence. The other way permission can be obtained is to have your parents come to the registration with you and fill out the parental consent form on site.
God,
only in California,
really
ladies and gentlemen, would something like this exist. We have these forms that would allow a 13 to 17-year-old to pull up to a convention that has adult content at it. And based on what Kirsha's describing, it's in places...
Even if it didn't have adult content in it, the child still should not be unaccompanied without an adult in a big venue like this.
Yeah.
Like, especially, okay, say they're out, especially if they're out of town. Well, how the fuck's the child gonna have their own hotel room and shit?
That's a good question. Next question.
Wait. Kids can't check in hotel rooms, can they?
I don't think you do unless you're over the age of 25.
Okay, so this would be like for a one-day thing, and even then...
that seem to be open to the general public who's attending this convention. It's not roped off or anything like that, as far as we know. And looking at the actual website itself, what she's pointing out is very real. Here is the related section we just read. And here's the actual form, by the way, which is just absolutely crazy. Here's an idea. If you want to go into this route of having adult platforms sponsor your convention and have specific events surrounding it, and you want to use it as a marketing tool and as a way to bring in not only featured guests, but also to promote them and your convention through these adult platforms, how about you just make the event 18 plus? There's an idea. Or will that be like a financial loss or something? Or will it upset the
That they want the money from the kids.
Yeah.
It's okay. Let's just face facts. I know the times are changing and it's stuff like that, but a lot of parents probably don't want their kids to go to these events, so they're sneaking out, kind of thing, faking these permission slips and all that jazz. And then you got for the most part, I guess most adults aren't really into this kind of thing, so.
Well, most adults probably older than us.
Yeah.
A lot of cons are now 18 plus.
Meow.
I want to go to that one. I'm waiting on next year we go to that one in San Antonio.
Oh, the one I showed you that's like the new etchy?
Yeah.
Meow.
Go down there and because I also want to see the Alamo too.
I would love to see the Alamo.
How do you live your...
Shut up! I don't know.
How do you live in
I
Texas?
don't know. I never
most
had
of your life and never gone to see the Alamo.
had a fucking field trip to see the Alamo. Unless
You live in the state of Kansas. By law, all middle schools have to go to the state capitol at least once. That's in Kansas.
Unless maybe I did, but I was too young to remember. I had to ask my mom.
All right, moving on.
Just don't pee on it. What?
the convention staff that we know is already pretty wackadoo over at Offkai. But yeah, this is pretty crazy.
Osbourne
Just
thing.
make it 18 plus and then, have a ball with all this stuff. But, going back to this is all a very, very legitimate concern that Kirsha is raising. Like, if you're going to make such a big deal out of bringing this platform as a sponsor and having related events, you should make these sorts of things very separate, far and away.
So basically Epstein stuff.
Yeah.
Call it the grooming.
Yep.
And worse.
Already sounds like a bad idea, letting these unaccompanied minors being at Offkai, but it's even worse when you have Fansly promoting all these events. Okay, that is not being closed-minded or anything, because I can already hear people screeching about this, saying how Kirsha's being some bigot or something for pointing this stuff out, but no. You should not want unaccompanied minors at a convention where one of the sponsors is Fansly, where they're also running a bunch of related events. And you can see people pointing out at Vexpo, any and all related not safe for work content happened in a corner of the hall. Everything was clearly labeled, hidden behind curtains, and had people on watch duty to avoid minors getting anywhere close. I seriously hope Offkai is wise enough to create a similar plan.
Wait. Oh, so that guy was... Oh, okay. I thought he was saying that Offkai was doing that. I was going to be like, oh, okay, it's not that big a deal then. But he was... at VE Expo. Okay.
Where's VE Expo?
Don't know.
I'm gonna look that up real quick.
Yeah, I kind of want to look it up too if it's a anime type convention. Like, for the most part, when I think of a convention, I think of anime convention. I know there's like a bunch of different types of conventions now, but for the most part, it's usually anime. And if it's an 18 plus,
that's in UK.
Oh, fuck that! No, I'm not traveling. The only convention I would love to go to is something in Japan, and that's whenever we can get a time to plan and save for a Japan trip.
Yeah.
The con staff are all neo-Marxists who are also hypersexual deviants. Well, they don't have a very good reputation, that's for sure.
Oh.
And also, again, just odd that all this is allowed and such a focus at a convention like this that is not an 18-plus event.
Yeah. I was looking at that other comment before you switched. Get them hooked on the porn young.
Yeah.
And I would go to their Instagram where they also announced this and look at some of the replies, but they don't have like any presence over here. In fact, there's 2 replies and I don't really know where they stand. One saying interesting ... and the other saying crazy. I don't know if they're excited about this or what, but overall, this entire situation is very odd. And if you're going to go this route with your convention, well, you should be a lot more specific about what this entails and how it's going to be exposed to your convention goers that include unaccompanied minors. And on top of that, there's the irony of people like Kirsha in the past being banned for their wrongthink, or at least banned as guests, featured guests. And then you allow this sort of stuff, and you seem to have really no rails, no guardrails in place to
Kirsha is literally the Charlie Kirk of VTube.
Jeez. Oh, no, God, don't say that.
Not in that way.
Yeah.
Or, I guess technically Nux would be more. I think Nux is definitely the most open.
Open about his politics.
Yeah. Open about a lot of things.
police and really control what's going on with this event and anything related to it. So, yeah, these are all questions that should have been answered already. They should have been answered at the very announcement itself, but now there is plenty of stir on social media, and we'll see if Offkai has any response because it's been hours already, and they've been radio silent, so I don't know. That's really my 2 cents about this entire situation right now, but that's going to do it for this video.
Yeah.
If you guys enjoyed,
Well, that's definitely a convention I'll never touch with however distance California is. Well, thank you so much for joining us for this video. Bye!
Thank you all for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and comment. It would make me very happy. Kiss, kiss, hug, hug.